Today we're going to learn how to draw fractions and percents on a grid. So as you can see here, all these grids are 10 by 10. And as for finding the area of any rectangle, 10 times 10 equals 100. So these are 100 square grids. And we're going to be finding some fractions and percentages on them. So first, let's try to find a fourth. So a fourth would be 25 of these little squares. So let's color in 25 squares. Okay, so now that we have 25 of the squares colored in, we know that a quarter is 25 out of 100. And since a percent is the amount out of 100, the percent would be 25%. So now we're on another grid, we're going to fill in 3/4. And since we know that 25 squares is 1/4, and we need 3/4, 25 times 3 equals 75. So we're going to just fill that in right here.
So you have the answer there. Should I put up on the board the rubric that you just came up with? Do you all have the question written down?
Okay, so now that 75 squares are filled in, we know that since percent is the amount out of 100, and we filled in 75 squares out of 100, that is 75%, which equals 3/4, which equals 75 out of 100. Okay, now we're going to find 1/8, and since we know that 1/8 is half of 1/4, and 1/4 takes up 25% of the grid, or 25 squares of the grid, 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. So let's just fill that in right now. Then we have the half square there. So now we know that 12.5% is equal to 1/8, which is equal to 12.5 out of 100. Okay, so now we're going to try to find 3/8. So since we know that 1/8 is 12.5, and we need to find 3 of those, we can do, and 12.5 plus 12.5, which is 25, plus another 12.5 is 37.5. So we can fill that in now. And we have the half square there. And that's 3/8. So we know that 37.5% is equal to 3/8, which is equal to 37.5 per 100. And now that you know all that, you basically know how to turn any fraction out of 100 into a percentage, and you can draw it too. This is Rachel, signing off.